Have you ever wondered what scary apps used to hide on the App Store before they mysteriously vanished? Today we're uncovering 12 of the creepiest lost media apps that you'll never be able to download again. Only the bravest people subscribe right now. Can you prove you're brave? One of the strangest apps ever was Charlie the Steak.
Oh boy, I haven't talked about this one in a long time. Charlie the Steak was pretty much the reason I got into lost media in the first place. So many people were interested in the search and a great community was built around it. For those who don't know, Charlie the Steak is an interactive, quote-unquote, stress reliever game. It's kind of similar to the talking games we've covered in the past, such as Talking Tom and Talking Ben, but with a much more gory twist. Your goal in this game is pretty much to torture this steak as much as humanly possible, and doing so gives you meatballs which you can use to unlock further levels. When this game was released, it wasn't really met with a lot of popularity. It stayed pretty obscure until it pretty much dwindled off the face of the planet. But around this time, a meme started surfacing in which a photo of Charlie was being coupled with the song Vacation by Dirty Heads. I personally never saw this meme until I knew who Charlie the Steak was, but quite a lot of other people saw this meme, and they started questioning where this steak character was from. And that's when they came across some photos and screenshots of Charlie the Steak on the internet. So naturally, people went to the App Store to try to install the game and found nothing. This is pretty much what sparked the search for Charlie the Steak. Multiple people, including myself, were making videos about it, trying to bring the game to the attention of as many people as possible. And it worked. We ended up getting the attention of pretty much the best person in this situation, which was the original creator of the game. Now here's the issue. A big part of why so many mobile games are lost today is because of a single iOS update. iOS 11 removed support for 32-bit applications in favor of 64-bit apps. And any developer whose apps were 32-bit needed to update their app or it would be removed from the App Store. Apple gave developers a couple of years to do this, but by 2021, every 32-bit app was completely removed from the App Store. What's interesting is the fact that the number of apps on the App Store actually peaked in 2017 at 2.2 million apps. But by the time 2021 rolled around, there were only 1.8 million apps on the App Store. This means that over the course of those few years, Apple removed more than 400,000 apps from the App Store. So you can imagine how many of these apps are just completely lost to this day. There's also the issue of when a developer is no longer making money from their apps. You see, if you want to develop and upload your own app to the App Store, you need an Apple developer account, which costs $99 per year. To some that may seem like a lot, and to some that may not seem like very much, but when a developer isn't getting that many downloads on their app, there's really no reason for them to keep paying for it, and once you stop paying for it, any apps you've uploaded to the App Store will be taken down. Until you start paying again, of course. A combination of these two situations is what caused Charlie the Steak to become lost in the first place. Not only was it a 32-bit app, but the developer just stopped paying for the Apple developer account. But once word got around that the app was gaining popularity, the developer reinstated their Apple account and updated Charlie the Steak to work on 64-bit devices, allowing people to install the game again and rendering it fully found.
On the surface, it looked like a silly game where you poke around at a cartoon steak. But kids started noticing that the steak reacted almost like it was alive. If you slapped it, it would scream. If you poked it too much, it looked like it was crying. The game felt way too real, and rumors spread that it was testing kids to see how they treated living food. Creepy, right? If you would have deleted it instantly, hit the like button right now. Then there's Poe. You've probably heard of it. It was one of the most popular virtual pet apps. But here's what most people don't know. The game started having updates where Pooh would ask personal questions like, "Are you alone?" or "Why are you awake so late?" Some kids even claimed Pooh changed its eyes at night to follow them. The app eventually disappeared, and no one really explained why.
The next two games are pretty related to each other. We're talking about Talking Patrick and Talking SpongeBob. What's so unique about these games is the fact that we really weren't even fully sure that they existed. The only proof we had of their existence were a couple of screenshots on the internet and a single YouTube video from 12 years ago.
We are doing an iPhone app review for Talking Patrick. So, Patrick, you can shake him violently, make him laugh, make him say random things.
Patrick Star, you are one smart shopper.
And You could also record, play the things that you made them.
Will there be nachos there?
That's my recording. And plus you can record by using the record button or hit back to go back to the shaking thingies.
This video was uploaded by CK the Frog on YouTube in 2012, and the video today has over 2 million views. Once it became apparent that this game was lost, people started flooding to the comment section of this video and asking the creator if they still had access to the Apple account that this game was on. And this is the response we got. Those looking for the app, don't bother asking me for it. I don't have it or the Apple account anymore. I moved on to Android and got rid of all my Apple stuff. Good day. So that was pretty much a dead end, and all hope was lost until a person by the name of Waffle Guy 3610, nice name by the way, came along claiming that they actually had the Talking Patrick app on their old iPhone. Obviously this was great news, but there were a couple of issues. You see, when you go to extract and upload an IPA file for others to use, you need to either jailbreak your device or use a method to decrypt the IPA file. Not everyone knows how to do this, and the first time that the IPA file was quote-unquote found, it was actually still encrypted, and so no one could really use it. It was pretty much just a random file and anything could have been on it. But some very helpful people were able to get in contact with Waffle Guy and help him decrypt the app so that everyone was able to download it and play it for themselves. In a very similar fashion, Talking SpongeBob was also found in the same way that Talking Patrick's found, by the same person as well. But for some reason, Talking Patrick was a lot more popular and sought after, so Talking SpongeBob was just kind of an extra.
Challenge time. Comment. Pooh is watching if you've ever heard of this rumor. Daddy might sound like a harmless family app, but it was anything but. It placed you inside a house where a mysterious father figure chased you through empty halls. Players said the character's face would randomly glitch into a distorted smile that followed you even when you weren't looking. Many kids deleted it after only a few minutes. If you think you could last 5 minutes in Daddy's house, prove it by subscribing right now.
Our final app for this video is Talking Annoying Orange. This game was developed by a company called Gigabyte Solutions. And as far as we know, the real Annoying Orange company had nothing to do with this game's development. The main reason we know of this game's existence was because of a gameplay review from the channel Crazy Mike Apps, in which he pretty much played through the entire game, but other than that, information about this game was very scarce. Now, while we were never able to find the app ourselves, 2 prototype versions of the app were actually discovered. The gameplay will be playing in the background, but these apps were different from the version that was in Crazy Mike's video, but they were clearly from the same developer. So I made a video on TikTok about the prototypes, and after that, nothing else was found about the game for months. Until very recently, when one of my viewers looked the game up on the App Store and suddenly it was back under the name Talking Orange. And lo and behold, the developer was Gigabyte Solutions. Now, this was obviously not something that we just missed previously, like we didn't forget to check the App Store. What probably happened was the developers stopped paying for their Apple developer account, and so their entire collection of apps was taken down from the App Store. But at some point in recent time, probably in the last month or two, they got the idea to start paying for the account again, which put all of their apps back up. Now, we haven't heard a word from these developers, and we really don't have a way to reach them, so we have no idea what inspired them to do this, but it's certainly a very interesting way for lost media to get found. It pretty much just found itself, and it saved us a lot of work. Now, I'm sure this game probably still violates some type of copyright law, and it's probably the reason they changed the name from Talking Annoying Orange to just Talking Orange, probably to avoid getting sued by the Annoying Orange company.
Next, we've got Scary Bunny. At first, it seemed like another silly animal game, but this bunny wasn't cuddly. If you fed it wrong, it growled. If you tapped it, its teeth grew sharp. The creepiest part? Some players said their phone microphone picked up whispering noises during gameplay. That's when the app mysteriously vanished from the store. If you're still watching, you're braver than most. Keep going, I dare you. Skinny was a horror app about being chased by a tall shadow figure through endless hallways. Players reported that even after deleting the app, they had nightmares of the figure whispering their name. Some claimed their phone cameras would flicker if Skinny was on screen. Creepy coincidence? Or something more? Subscribe if you wouldn't risk finding out. The Executioner was a dark combat app, but kids discovered hidden levels where you weren't fighting bad guys. You were the one being chased. The game's audio sometimes broke into strange, distorted sounds that didn't fit the action. It was so unsettling it got removed, and almost no footage remains today. Challenge: would you play it? Yes or no? Comment below. Robot Hunt was advertised as a fun shooting game, but the robots had human-like screams when they fell. Players noticed the game slowly replaced background music with static, almost like a broken signal. Some kids believed the app was haunted, which only made more people try it before it vanished. If you're still here, like the video right now, you've unlocked the halfway point. Then there's Slenderman. Rise again. Unlike other versions, this one had levels where you were stuck in abandoned schools and forests. Some players claimed they saw photos of real-life places in the background, which freaked out parents. The game disappeared quickly, making it one of the rarest Slenderman apps ever.
Have you ever downloaded an innocent-looking kids app, only to realize it might be watching you right now? Today, I'm exposing 4 apps that seem cute, but might be hiding something sinister. Watch until the end to find out which one secretly knows your biggest fear. And hey, I dare you to subscribe before I reveal the creepiest app here, if you're brave enough. Let's start with Talking Angela.
Scariest game apps that it's still in App Store. Talking Angela. So Talking Angela was released on December 18, 2012, but in the year 2015, a girl saw a weird thing in Angela's eyes. And it was on the news or YouTube. So some people say that a hacker is watching kids playing Angela. So you need to turn on the child mode on settings, because if you didn't, Angela will start asking some questions on you. Like how old are you or some weird questions. It's really sad cause it's just created for kids. I used to play Talking Angela too. Well, that's it girlies, thanks for watching.
You've probably heard the rumors that Angela spies on kids through the front camera, right? But did you know some people claim that if you ask Angela what she's doing at exactly 3:33 a.m., her eyes will flicker red for a split second, and then your phone will freeze, forcing you to restart it? There's an even creepier story about Angela. One kid said they asked her where she lived, and Angela replied with the name of their street. They thought it was just coincidence, until she said, "I see your blue blanket." The thing is, their blanket was blue. If you're watching this under a blanket right now, comment what color it is to break the curse. Seriously, I don't want Angela staring at you tonight. And apparently, if you ask her who is behind you 3 times, your phone camera will turn on for a second, showing someone standing behind you with glowing eyes. People said their phones glitched and the photos they took disappeared forever. Challenge: check your gallery tonight and tell me if any random dark pictures appeared there after using Talking Angela. Now let's talk about my idol.
Let's talk about Midle. Midle isn't creepy app. You get to talk to Ice Celebrity. You will think it's fun to talk to Ice Celebrity. The creepy part is that they will say let's go to lunch. Even their eyes. A YouTuber named Lauren was talking to BTS and this happened.
What creepy things? No. Okay, this is getting weird. I just tried to video call twice and then freaked myself out and then canceled them. What am I doing then? Huh? No!
How the heck did the I know she's filming a YouTube vid? Please don't download the app. If you still want to play, then do it in your own risk. Stay safe, my lovelies.
This app lets you create a 3D avatar of yourself. Fun, right? Well, apparently if you make your idol's eyes completely black, name it Me, and save it, something weird happens. Users said their avatars would blink on their own in photos, even when they didn't set an animation. One girl said her My Idol character changed its outfit overnight to a red dress. When she asked it why, the text-to-speech glitched out and it typed, "Because red hides the blood." She deleted the app instantly. Another person claimed their avatar called them by their nickname, even though they never typed it in. They deleted the app, but days later, their phone kept glitching, showing the avatar's face on random screens. If you've ever used My Idol, check your camera roll right now. There might be pictures you never took. Challenge: comment. I checked if your photos were safe, or it was there if you found something creepy. Let's see how many people are haunted today. Moving on to Zoobe.
What happened to Zoobe? Zoobe was a voice massaging app that would allow you to make 30-second voice messages. It would allow you to voice over many 3D animals, movie characters or celebrities. Most known character Waste Bunny, who became a meme Kylie Hank in 2015. She is mostly known as the Zoobe Bunny. There was now millions of accounts on Zoobe and just became worldwide popular with memes. Until April of 2017, all of a sudden, all of Zoobe's servers were shut down. And then this thank you message replaced the website and the app. All of the Zoobe accounts were deleted and the app was gone forever. However, there is an Android app file to the app. But when you open the app, it will be a couple seconds on the loading screen and then shows you a connection error. Zoobe now remains as lost media, with Kylie's videos being the only remaining footage of the app. It is unknown if Zoobe will ever be recovered. Thanks for watching.
This app lets you send talking animal videos to your friends. But there's a rumor that if you make the bunny character say your name backwards 3 times, it unlocks a hidden message. One kid tried it and the bunny said, "Thank you for freeing me." They thought it was a joke, until their phone battery drained from 100% to 0% instantly and their screen turned black, flashing the words, "I'm coming." Another user claimed they sent a Zoobe video to their friend, but when their friend played it, the bunny said a different name, someone they didn't even know, followed by, "See you tonight." Zoobe's developers never admitted to coding any hidden messages, but some people say their app started using mobile data overnight, like it was sending something to someone else. If you've ever sent a Zoobe video, I dare you to rewatch it later with subtitles on. Who knows what's hidden under the normal voice lines? And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, tap that button right now, or Zoobe Bunny might visit you tonight. Just saying. Finally, Talking Ginger.
Most dangerous kids games. Talking Ginger. So Talking Ginger is a little bit the same like the app Talking Angela. This game consists of Ginger Cat where you can talk with, tickle him, and play games with him. Talking Ginger was realized back in 2012. Now you might be thinking, what's so wrong with this game? Well, some people discovered the same thing and think like what happened to Talking Angela. According to people, there was also a man in Ginger's eye. This man could be watching you or track your location according to people. Here are some pictures. Some people say that Talking Ginger